With Zach Johnson needing extra holes to win this year's Open Championship at St Andrews in enthralling and dramatic fashion, we thought it's worth remembering other occasions when 72 gruelling holes weren't enough to claim the Claret Jug. It's hard to beat the drama of an added time battle, so here's our top 10 of Open Championship playoffs. At number 10 is the 2009 Open at Turnberry, where American Stewart Cink hit this shot at the final playoff hole late on Sunday evening to all but tie up his first and, so far, only Claret Jug. Unfortunately for the Romantics, it was at the expense of 59-year-old Tom Watson, whose incredible effort in his 31st Open finally faded in the extra 4-hole shootout that Cink won by 6 strokes. At 9 is the 118th Open Championship at Royal Troon in 1989, when Wayne Grady and Mark Calcavecchia took on Greg Norman in the tournament's first ever 4-hole playoff. Norman's poor bunker shot on 18 left Calcavecchia with his simple putt for his only major and a place in the history books. Jack's second Open Championship win is our number 8, when Nicklaus famously threw his putter up in the air in celebration after an 18-hole playoff with Doug Sanders at the 99th Open at St Andrews. But disconsolate Sanders completed formalities with that putt as Nicklaus prepared to accept the Claret Jug at the official presentation. Next up is New Zealand's Bob Charles.
Oh, what a shame.
The first left-handed major champion won a 36-hole playoff with Phil Rogers at Royal Litherman St Anne's to secure the only major title of his career. This was to be the Open's last mammoth 2-round decider before the format was halved to a standard 18-hole extra round. Major championship nearly man Sergio Garcia came as close as ever in 2007 at Carnoustie, missing that putt by a whisker and failing to take Padraig Harrington to a further extra hole. Harrington sunk his putt to win the first of his 2 Claret Jugs before celebrating with his young family. In 2004, Ernie Els' attempt to win a second Open Championship in 3 years at Royal Troon was just off the mark when that putt failed to drop. He clearly knew how significant that miss would be. Todd Hamilton of the USA was left with a simple chance to win the Open and duly obliged. At number 4, we're back at St Andrews, where Costantino Rocca forced a playoff with John Daly with this famous birdie. The Italian had ducked his chip into the Valley of Sin, but then holed an unlikely 60-foot putt and celebrated, taking the tournament to extra holes in unique style. Rocca couldn't repeat his heroics in the 4-hole playoff, though, finding big problems at the road hole bunker. Daly proved too strong and famously held aloft the Claret Jug in front of the St Andrews clubhouse. Tom Watson's second appearance in this list is our number 3. This time, a more successful outcome at Carnoustie in 1975, when he won an 18-hole playoff against Australia's Jack Newton. It was incredibly tight, though, with Newton having a putt on the 90th green to keep things level and extend the match even further. Instead, Watson was left to celebrate the first of his 5 Open wins. At number 2, the only ever 4-way playoff in Open Championship history. Stuart Appleby and Steve Elkington were eliminated after 4 holes at Muirfield in 2002, leaving Thomas LeVay and Ernie Els to contest a sudden death playoff. Els' wonderful bunker work and tidy putting earned him a 3rd major title and his first Claret Jug. And at number 1, the extraordinary circumstances at Carnoustie in 1999. OK, much of the drama came just before the playoff itself, when Jean van der Velde squandered his three-stroke lead going up the final hole with a collapse of epic proportions. His shoes came off, and so did the wheels of his charge towards a first major title. But while the Frenchman unravelled, Paul Lawrie kept his cool to win the resulting four-hole contest against van der Velde and Justin Leonard, despite being 10 shots behind going into the final day.